The scorching sun beat down on the barren, rust-colored landscape of the uncharted planet. Dr. Maya Radhika, a brilliant young scientist, wiped the sweat from her brow as she carefully surveyed the alien terrain. Leading a team of researchers from the United Earth Space Agency, she had embarked on this expedition with a sense of both excitement and trepidation. Their mission was to explore this remote world and uncover any signs of ancient civilizations. Maya had always been fascinated by the prospect of finding evidence of intelligent alien life. Now, after months of arduous travel and preparation, they were on the verge of a groundbreaking discovery. "Professor, you'll want to see this," called out Dr. Ravi Malhotra, Maya's trusted colleague and closest friend. He was kneeling beside a partially exposed object, meticulously brushing away the fine red dust that had settled upon it for millennia. Maya hurried over, her heart racing with anticipation. As the object came into view, her breath caught in her throat. It was a smooth metallic surface, unlike anything she had ever seen before. Intricate patterns and symbols adorned its exterior, hinting at an advanced technology long forgotten. "This is incredible," Maya murmured, her fingers tracing the unfamiliar glyphs. "Ravi, do you realize what we may have found here?" Ravi nodded solemnly. "Yes, Maya. If my initial analysis is correct, this artifact could be the first tangible proof of an ancient alien civilization on this planet." The rest of the team gathered around, their expressions a mix of awe and wonder. Maya knew that this discovery would shake the foundations of everything they thought they knew about the history of the universe. For centuries, humanity had longed to make contact with intelligent life beyond Earth, and now they might be on the verge of unraveling one of the greatest mysteries of all time. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the alien landscape, Maya couldn't help but feel a sense of unease. What secrets did this ancient artifact hold? And more importantly, were they prepared for the consequences of uncovering them? "All right, everyone," she announced, her voice steady and authoritative. "Let's secure the site and get started on the preliminary analysis. We need to work quickly and carefully. Who knows what we might find buried beneath the surface?" The team sprung into action, their movements precise and efficient. Maya watched them, her mind racing with the implications of their find. This was no ordinary expedition. It was the dawn of a new era, one in which humanity's understanding of its place in the cosmos was about to be forever transformed. As the first stars began to twinkle in the evening sky, Maya couldn't help but feel a sense of both excitement and trepidation. The ancient artifact had awakened, and she knew that the journey ahead would be like nothing they had ever experienced before. Over the next few weeks, the team of researchers worked tirelessly to unravel the secrets of the ancient alien artifact. Dr. Maya Radhika and her colleague, Dr. Ravi Malhotra, led the detailed analysis, carefully examining every inch of the mysterious object. As they delved deeper, the artifact began to reveal its true nature. The intricate symbols and patterns adorning its surface were not mere decorations, but a complex language, one that the team had never encountered before. "It's an advanced form of communication, unlike anything we've seen in human history," Ravi explained, his eyes alight with excitement. "If we can decipher this language, it could unlock unimaginable secrets about the civilization that created the artifact." Maya nodded, her mind already racing with the implications. "This changes everything, Ravi. Imagine what we could learn about the origins of life in the universe, or the evolution of advanced technology. We're on the verge of a breakthrough that could rewrite the entire course of human knowledge." Their team worked tirelessly, running countless simulations and tests to better understand the artifact's true purpose. And as they unraveled its mysteries, an even more startling revelation came to light. "The artifact is not just a means of communication," Maya announced, her voice trembling with awe. "It's a powerful energy source, one that could potentially be harnessed for unimaginable technological feats." The news quickly spread through the scientific community, drawing the attention of powerful organizations beyond Earth. Suddenly, the team found themselves at the center of a high-stakes game, where rival factions vied for control over the ancient artifact and the secrets it held. Maya and Ravi watched with growing unease as representatives from the Galactic Council, a governing body of alien civilizations, arrived on the planet. Their presence was a stark reminder that humanity's knowledge and technological capabilities were still vastly inferior to the advanced races that populated the cosmos. "They're trying to take the artifact away from us," Ravi whispered, his brow furrowed with concern. "If they succeed, who knows what they might do with that kind of power?" Maya knew they had to act quickly. The stakes were too high to let the artifact fall into the wrong hands. She gathered her team and laid out a bold plan. They would do whatever it took to keep the artifact safe, even if it meant defying the Galactic Council itself. "We've come too far to let this opportunity slip through our fingers," Maya declared, her eyes burning with determination. "This artifact is our chance to finally reclaim our rightful place in the cosmos. Are you all with me?" A resounding chorus of affirmation echoed through the camp, and Maya knew that the battle lines had been drawn. The ancient artifact had awakened a sleeping giant, and humanity was ready to fight for its rightful place in the stars. The tension in the research camp was palpable as representatives from the Galactic Council made their presence known. Dr. Maya Radika and her team knew that they were on the verge of uncovering something truly groundbreaking, something that could forever change the course of human history, and they were determined to keep the ancient artifact out of the hands of the powerful alien civilization. "They're not going to just let us waltz off with this artifact," Ravi said grimly, his eyes fixed on the Galactic Council's envoys as they moved about the camp. "They see it as a threat to their authority, and they'll do whatever it takes to keep it under their control." Maya nodded, her mind racing with a dozen different contingency plans. "We have to be careful, Ravi. These aliens have technology and resources that far surpass our own. If we make the wrong move, we could be putting the entire expedition at risk." As the days passed, the team worked tirelessly to decipher the artifact's secrets, their progress hampered by the constant presence of the Galactic Council's representatives. The aliens watched their every move, their expressions unreadable, as if they were waiting for the humans to make a mistake. Then one day, a breakthrough came. Maya and Ravi were studying the intricate patterns on the artifact's surface when they suddenly realized that the symbols were not just a language, but a map that seemed to lead to the heart of the ancient alien civilization that had created the artifact. "This is it, Ravi," Maya whispered, her heart pounding with excitement. "If we can follow this map, it might lead us to the answers we've been searching for." Without hesitation, they gathered their team and set out, determined to uncover the truth. The journey was long and arduous, taking them deep into the heart of the unfamiliar planet. But as they pressed on, the team couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, that the Galactic Council was closing in on them, eager to seize the artifact and its secrets. Finally, after days of grueling travel, they reached their destination, a vast, sprawling underground complex that had lain dormant for millennia. The team's eyes widened as they stepped inside, awestruck by the sheer scale and complexity of the alien structures. "This is incredible," Ravi breathed, his fingers tracing the intricate carvings on the walls. "It's like nothing we've ever seen before." Maya nodded, her mind racing with 1,000 questions. "And I think we're about to uncover the answers we've been searching for. Stay alert, everyone. We don't know what else might be down here." As they delved deeper into the complex, the team made a series of startling discoveries. Artifacts and relics from a long-lost civilization were scattered throughout the vast network of tunnels and chambers, each one offering a tantalizing glimpse into the past. But the most profound revelation came when they stumbled upon a vast, shimmering hologram, a detailed record of the ancient alien race that had once inhabited this world. The images were breathtaking, depicting a society of advanced, technologically sophisticated beings who had thrived for millennia. And then the hologram shifted, revealing the startling truth. The ancient aliens had visited Earth long ago, and had played a pivotal role in the evolution of human civilization. Maya and Ravi stared at the hologram, their minds reeling. This changes everything. Maya breathed, her voice barely above a whisper. We've been lied to, Ravi. Humanity's origins are not what we've been told. As the team grappled with the implications of their discovery, they suddenly became aware of a presence behind them. Turning, they found themselves face to face with the Galactic Council's envoys, their expressions unreadable. "So, you've uncovered the truth," one of the aliens said, his voice calm and measured. "Now, the real question is, what are you going to do about it?" Dr. Maya Radhika and her team stood in stunned silence, their eyes fixed on the Galactic Council's envoys. The revelation of humanity's true origins had shaken them to their core, and now they faced the daunting task of confronting the powerful alien civilization. "What are we going to do?" Ravi whispered, his voice tinged with fear and uncertainty. Maya took a deep breath, her mind racing. "We have to expose the truth, Ravi. The Galactic Council has been hiding this from us for centuries. We can't just let them sweep it under the rug." The envoys seemed to sense the team's resolve, and their expressions hardened. "You humans have uncovered more than you were meant to," one of them said, his voice laced with a subtle threat. "This knowledge is not for you to possess." Maya stepped forward, her chin held high. "That's where you're wrong. This knowledge belongs to all of humanity, not just the Galactic Council. We have a right to know the truth about our own origins." The envoys exchanged a tense glance, and Maya knew that they were weighing their options. Suddenly, she felt a firm hand on her shoulder, and turned to see Ravi standing beside her, his eyes alight with determination. "We're not going to let you take this away from us," Ravi said, his voice strong and unwavering. "This is our heritage, our legacy, and we're going to fight for it, no matter the cost." The envoys' expressions darkened, and Maya knew that they were facing a battle they had never anticipated. The humans were no longer willing to submit to the Galactic Council's authority. They were ready to stand up and fight for their place in the cosmos. As the tension in the chamber escalated, Maya could feel the energy of the rest of her team swelling behind her. They had come too far to back down now, and they were ready to risk everything to uncover the truth. "You've made your decision, then," one of the envoys said, his voice cold and uncompromising. "We will not allow this information to be used against us. The Galactic Council will not tolerate such insolence." With a wave of his hand, the envoy summoned a contingent of heavily armed guards, their weapons trained on the human team. Maya's heart raced as she realized the gravity of the situation. They were facing off against the might of the Galactic Council, and the stakes had never been higher. "You can't do this," Maya protested, her voice wavering. "This is our discovery, our legacy. You have no right to take it from us." The envoy's expression remained impassive. "We have every right, human. The Galactic Council has maintained order in this galaxy for millennia, and we will not allow your kind to disrupt that balance." Maya felt her anger rising, her fists clenched at her sides. "Then we'll fight you," she declared, her voice filled with a newfound conviction. "We'll fight for the truth and for our rightful place in the cosmos." The envoy's eyes narrowed, and Maya knew that they had crossed a line. The Galactic Council was not going to back down without a fight, and the stakes had never been higher. As the guards leveled their weapons, Maya steeled herself for the battle to come, knowing that the future of humanity hung in the balance. The tension in the air was palpable as Dr. Maya Radhika and her team stood their ground against the Galactic Council's envoys and their armed guards. The team had risked everything to uncover the truth about humanity's origins, and they were not about to back down now. "You have no right to take this from us," Maya said, her voice firm and unwavering. "This is our legacy, and we will fight to defend it." The Galactic Council envoy's expression darkened, and he raised his hand, signaling the guards to take aim. "Then you leave us no choice," he said, his voice dripping with disdain. "You have defied the authority of the Galactic Council, and for that, you must face the consequences." Maya tensed, bracing herself for the impending onslaught. But just as the guards were about to open fire, a deafening explosion rocked the chamber. sending debris and shockwaves in all directions. When the dust settled, Maya and her team found themselves face to face with a contingent of heavily armed individuals, not the Galactic Council's guards, but a group of unfamiliar, combat-ready strangers. "Who are you?" Maya demanded, her heart pounding in her chest. One of the strangers, a tall, imposing figure, stepped forward. "We are the Resistance, and we've come to help you," he said, his voice low and gruff. Maya exchanged a puzzled glance with Ravi, who looked equally bewildered. "The Resistance," he echoed, his brow furrowed with confusion. "What do you mean?" The stranger's expression hardened. "The Galactic Council has been suppressing the truth about humanity's origins for centuries, keeping your kind subjugated and under their control. But we're here to change that." Maya's eyes widened as the implication of his words sank in. "You mean there's a resistance movement against the Galactic Council?" The stranger nodded. "And we've been waiting for someone like you to uncover the truth. Now, it's time for humanity to rise up and take its rightful place in the cosmos." Before Maya could respond, a series of high-pitched whirring sounds filled the air, and she looked up to see a swarm of sleek, advanced-looking aircraft descending upon the chamber. The Galactic Council's envoys and guards immediately took defensive positions, their weapons at the ready. "What's happening?" Ravi shouted, his voice barely audible over the din. "The Resistance is here," the stranger replied, a grim smile spreading across his face, "and they're about to give the Galactic Council a taste of humanity's fury." Suddenly, a barrage of energy beams and missiles rained down from the aircraft, decimating the Galactic Council's forces with ruthless efficiency. Maya and her team watched in stunned silence as the chamber descended into chaos, the Galactic Council's envoys and guards scrambling to mount a defense. But the Resistance's onslaught was relentless, and Maya could feel the ground trembling beneath her feet as the ancient artifact began to hum with an otherworldly energy. Glancing back at the towering structure, she realized that it was somehow responding to the Resistance's attacks, a surge of power coursing through its intricate circuits and symbols. "The artifact," she cried, her voice laced with both awe and terror. It's activating." The stranger beside her nodded, a gleam of triumph in his eyes. "Yes, and soon, the Galactic Council will learn the true power of humanity's forgotten legacy." As the Resistance's forces continued their devastating assault, Maya and her team could only watch in stunned silence, their hearts racing with a mixture of fear and exhilaration. They had uncovered the truth, and now, it seemed, the universe was about to bear witness to the full might of Earth's brutal revenge. The air crackled with energy as the Resistance's assault raged on, their advanced aircraft unleashing a devastating barrage of attacks against the Galactic Council's forces. Dr. Maya Radika and her team watched in awe, their eyes fixed on the ancient artifact that had somehow become the centerpiece of this extraordinary battle. "I can't believe this is happening," Ravi breathed, his voice barely audible over the deafening explosions. "We've uncovered something that could change the entire balance of power in the galaxy." Maya nodded, her mind racing with the implications. And now, it seems, humanity has a chance to finally reclaim its rightful place among the stars. As the Resistance fighters continued their relentless assault, the Galactic Council's envoys and guards found themselves overwhelmed, their advanced technology and weaponry proving no match for the sheer power and determination of the human-led forces. Suddenly, a massive blast rocked the chamber, and Maya watched in horror as one of the Galactic Council's ships was reduced to a smoldering wreck, its remains tumbling to the ground. The sight sent a chill down her spine, and she realized that the stakes had never been higher. "They're not holding back," she said, her voice tinged with a mixture of awe and trepidation. "The Resistance is willing to do whatever it takes to defeat the Galactic Council." Ravi placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "We have to trust that they know what they're doing, Maya. This is our chance to finally break free from the Galactic Council's oppression." As the battle raged on, the ancient artifact continued to pulse with a dazzling, otherworldly energy, its power seemingly amplifying the Resistance's attacks. Maya couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder at the sight, her mind racing with the implications of what they had discovered. "Ravi, do you realize what this means?" she said, her voice hushed. "This artifact isn't just a relic of the past. It's a key to humanity's future. It could be the tool we need to reshape the entire galactic landscape." Ravi's eyes widened with realization. "You're right, Maya. And if we can harness that power, we may be able to demand a seat at the table with the Galactic Council, on our own terms." Maya nodded, a newfound determination burning in her eyes. "Then that's exactly what we're going to do. We've come too far to back down now." As the battle reached its climax, the Resistance fighters managed to disable the Galactic Council's remaining forces, leaving the envoys with no choice but to surrender. Maya and her team watched in awe as the Resistance leaders approached them, their expressions stern but triumphant. "The Galactic Council has been forced to acknowledge the power of your discovery," one of the leaders said, his voice echoing through the now silent chamber. "They have no choice but to negotiate with us. And with you." Maya felt a surge of pride and relief wash over her. "Then we're ready to forge a new destiny for humanity," she said, her voice firm and unwavering. "One where we take our rightful place among the stars." The Resistance leader nodded, a faint smile tugging at the corners of his mouth. "That's exactly what we intend to do. The future is ours to shape, and we'll make sure that the Galactic Council never again tries to suppress the truth about our origins." As the Resistance and the Galactic Council's representatives began the delicate negotiations, Maya and her team couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder at the extraordinary turn of events. They had uncovered a truth that had been hidden for centuries, and now, it seemed, the entire course of human history was about to be rewritten. The negotiations between the Resistance and the Galactic Council were tense and complex, with both sides vying for control over the ancient artifact and the future of humanity's place in the cosmos. Dr. Maya Radhika and her team watched the proceedings with a mixture of anticipation and unease, their minds racing with the implications of what they had unleashed. "This is a delicate balance," Ravi murmured, his brow furrowed with concern. "One wrong move, and we could lose everything we fought for." Maya nodded, her fingers tracing the intricate patterns on the artifact's surface. "I know, Ravi, but we've come too far to back down now. We have to make sure the Galactic Council knows that humanity will no longer be pushed aside." As the discussions dragged on, Maya couldn't help but feel the weight of the responsibility that rested on their shoulders. The fate of not just Earth, but the entire interstellar community, hung in the balance. And with the Resistance's devastating assault still fresh in everyone's minds, the stakes had never been higher. "They're scared of us, Ravi," Maya said, her voice barely above a whisper. "The Galactic Council thought they could control us, but now they realize that we have the power to challenge their authority." Ravi's expression darkened, and that terrifies them. "They've spent centuries keeping the truth about our origins hidden, and now we shattered that illusion." Maya sighed, her gaze drifting back to the artifact. "We have to be careful, Ravi. The power we've uncovered comes with a price, and we need to make sure we're prepared to pay it." As the negotiations continued, the team's concerns only grew. They watched as the Galactic Council representatives made demands that they knew would be unacceptable to the Resistance, and they could feel the tension in the air thickening with each passing moment. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, a breakthrough was reached. The Galactic Council agreed to grant Earth a seat at the interstellar table, acknowledging the human race as a legitimate and powerful force in the galaxy. But the price was steep. The artifact would have to remain under the Galactic Council's supervision, with strict restrictions on its use. Maya felt her heart sink as she listened to the terms of the agreement. "This isn't what we fought for," she said, her voice laced with disappointment. "We risked everything to uncover the truth, and now we're being asked to compromise." Ravi placed a hand on her shoulder, his expression somber. "I know, Maya, But we have to remember that we're playing a long game here. This is just the first step in a much longer journey. Maya nodded, her resolve hardening. Then we'll make sure that the Galactic Council upholds their end of the bargain. We won't let them forget the power we've unleashed, or the price they'll pay if they try to betray us. As the negotiations drew to a close, Maya and her team emerged from the chamber, their faces etched with a mixture of triumph and weariness. They had won a victory, but the cost had been high, and they knew that the road ahead would be fraught with challenges and uncertainties. Yet, as they looked up at the stars, Maya couldn't help but feel a sense of hope. They had taken the first step towards reclaiming humanity's rightful place in the cosmos, and she knew that no matter what obstacles lay ahead, they would be ready to face them head-on. The aftermath of the confrontation with the Galactic Council was a whirlwind of activity, as Dr. Maya Radika and her team worked tirelessly to navigate the delicate political landscape and secure humanity's newfound place in the cosmos. Despite the hard-won victory, Maya couldn't help but feel a lingering sense of unease. The Galactic Council had been forced to acknowledge the power and potential of the ancient artifact, but they had also imposed strict restrictions on its use, leaving the humans with limited control over their own destiny. "We can't let them keep us on a leash," Maya said to Ravi, her brow furrowed with concern. "We've come too far to be beholden to their rules and regulations." Ravi nodded, his expression equally grave. "I know, Maya. But we have to be careful. One wrong move, and they could turn on us again. We need to play this game carefully, at least for now." As the negotiations continued, Maya and her team found themselves caught in a complex web of interstellar politics, with various factions and power brokers vying for influence and control. The Resistance, once their staunch allies, now seemed to have their own agenda, and Maya couldn't help but wonder if they had truly been fighting for the good of humanity, or simply for their own gain. "We can't trust anyone," Maya said, her voice tinged with frustration. "Not even the Resistance. They may have helped us defeat the Galactic Council, but now they're acting like they own us." Ravi placed a hand on her shoulder, his eyes filled with empathy. "I know it's not easy, Maya, but we have to keep our eyes on the prize. We've come this far, and we can't let anything, or anyone, stand in our way." Steeling her resolve, Maya knew that they had to take decisive action. The fate of humanity hung in the balance, and she was determined to do whatever it took to secure their rightful place in the cosmos. Gathering her team, Maya outlined a bold plan, one that would allow them to harness the full power of the ancient artifact, unbound by the Galactic Council's restrictions. It was a risky move, fraught with danger and uncertainty, but Maya knew that they had no other choice. "We've been playing by their rules for too long," she said, her voice resonating with conviction. "It's time we took control of our own destiny." As the team set their plan in motion, the Galactic Council and the Resistance both took notice, their forces converging on the site where the ancient artifact was housed. The stage was set for a final epic showdown, with the future of humanity hanging in the balance. Maya and her team braced themselves, knowing that they were about to venture into uncharted territory. The power they were about to unleash was beyond anything they had ever encountered, and the consequences of their actions would ripple through the cosmos. Yet, as the artifact began to hum with an otherworldly energy, Maya felt a surge of determination coursing through her veins. They had come too far to back down now, and she was ready to do whatever it took to ensure that humanity's rightful place in the stars was secured, once and for all. "Let's show them what we're made of," she said, her eyes filled with a steely resolve. "It's time to ascend to our true power." With that, Maya and her team initiated the final phase of their plan, unleashing the full might of the ancient artifact and forever altering the course of galactic history. The air crackled with tension as Dr. Maya Radika and her team initiated the final phase of their plan to harness the full power of the ancient artifact. Surrounding them, the forces of the Galactic Council and the Resistance converged, each side determined to seize control of the powerful relic. Maya knew that the stakes had never been higher. the fate of humanity. And indeed, the entire galactic community hung in the balance, but she also knew that they had come too far to back down now. As the artifact began to hum with a dazzling, otherworldly energy, Maya and her team braced themselves for the onslaught. They could feel the power coursing through their veins, a surge of strength and determination that gave them the courage to face down their formidable opponents. "This is it, Ravi," Maya said, her voice barely above a whisper. "We're about to change the course of history." Ravi nodded, his expression grim but resolute. "I know, Maya. And whatever happens, we have to be ready to face the consequences." The battle that followed was unlike anything anyone had ever seen. The Galactic Council's forces unleashed a barrage of advanced weaponry, their ships and soldiers swarming the artifact's location. But the Resistance, empowered by the artifact's energy, fought back with equal ferocity, their own advanced technology proving to be a match for the Galactic Council's might. Maya and her team remained at the center of the maelstrom, their hands on the artifact's surface as they channeled its power, directing it towards their enemies. The ancient relic seemed to respond to their commands, unleashing devastating bursts of energy that decimated the Galactic Council's defenses. For a time, it looked as if the humans might emerge victorious. But then, the tide began to turn. The Galactic Council's reinforcements arrived, their numbers overwhelming the Resistance's forces. Maya and her team watched in horror as their allies were pushed back, their losses mounting with every passing moment. "We can't hold out much longer," Ravi shouted, his voice laced with desperation. "We need to do something, Maya, and fast." Maya's mind raced, searching for a solution. And then, a spark of inspiration ignited within her. Turning to her team, she issued a bold command. "Channel the artifact's power into a single devastating strike," she said, her voice firm and unwavering. "We're going to show the Galactic Council the true might of humanity." Nodding in understanding, the team poured their energy into the artifact, channeling its power into a colossal blast that tore through the Galactic Council's forces like a celestial tsunami. The shockwave rippled through the cosmos, shattering ships and scattering the enemy like leaves in the wind. When the dust settled, the Galactic Council's representatives stood in stunned silence, their expressions a mix of awe and terror. Maya and her team emerged from the chaos, their faces etched with a triumphant yet somber resolve. "You see now," Maya said, her voice ringing with authority. "Humanity is no longer content to be relegated to the sidelines. We've reclaimed our rightful place in the stars, and we will not be denied." The Galactic Council delegates exchanged wary glances, their eyes filled with a newfound respect and fear. They knew that the balance of power had been irrevocably shifted, and that the humans were a force to be reckoned with. In the days that followed, the Galactic Council and the Resistance entered into a series of tense negotiations, each side vying for control over the ancient artifact and the future of the galactic community. But Maya and her team remained steadfast, their vision of a more equitable and prosperous future guiding their every move. As the dust began to settle, a new era dawned, one where humanity stood as an equal among the stars, its once forgotten legacy now a beacon of hope and power. And at the center of it all was the ancient artifact, a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the human race. Maya looked up at the stars, her eyes filled with a sense of wonder and purpose. "This is just the beginning," she said, her voice ringing with certainty. "The future is ours to shape, and we're just getting started."